Hey there, it's Jessica. Welcome back to Smart English Talks, the podcast where we learn to speak English confidently, naturally, and smartly. Let me start by asking you something simple. Have you ever listened to someone speaking English perfectly and thought, wow, I understand everything they're saying, but when it's my turn to speak, my mind goes blank? If yes, then this episode is exactly for you. You see, most English learners face this same problem. They can watch movies, understand podcasts, read books, but when it's time to speak, they struggle to find words. They freeze. It's not because they're bad at English. It's because speaking is a different skill altogether. Listening and reading are input skills, while speaking and writing are output skills. You've trained your brain to take in English, but not to produce it. That's why you can understand but cannot speak. Today, we're going to fix that. Why your brain freezes when you try to speak. When you listen, your brain works comfortably. You don't have to respond, you just recognize sounds and meanings. But when you speak, your brain needs to do three things at the same time. Remember the right word. Form a correct sentence. Say it with confidence and correct pronunciation. That's a lot for your brain to handle, especially if you haven't practiced it often. So, it takes longer, and you feel stuck. Another reason? You think in your native language first, then try to translate. By the time your English sentence is ready, the conversation has already moved on. Lightbulb step 1, stop translating. This is the golden rule. Fluent speakers don't translate in their heads, they think directly in English. You can start training your mind by describing small things around you in English. For example, say to yourself, I'm drinking water. The weather is nice today. My phone is on the table. These tiny sentences teach your brain to connect thoughts directly with English words, without translation. Do this daily, even for 5 minutes, it works like magic. Speaking head step 2, speak every day, even alone. You don't need a partner to practice speaking. Talk to yourself. Yes, really. Many successful learners became fluent this way. Stand in front of a mirror and talk about your day. What did I do today? What am I planning tomorrow? How am I feeling right now? It might feel awkward at first, but soon your confidence will grow. You'll start forming sentences faster. Remember, you learn to speak English by speaking English, not by just listening to it. Step 3, listen and repeat. Find short English clips, from podcasts, YouTube, or movies. Listen carefully and repeat after the speaker. Try to copy their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. This technique is called shadowing. It helps you train your mouth muscles and brain to produce English naturally. Over time, you'll sound more fluent and confident. Brain step 4, don't chase grammar, focus on communication. Many learners are afraid to speak because they think their grammar must be perfect. But here's the truth, even native speakers make grammar mistakes. The key is to communicate, not to be perfect. If you wait for perfection, you'll never speak. So, instead of worrying about grammar, focus on getting your message across. You can fix grammar later, but right now, your goal is to talk. Speech balloon step 5, record yourself. This is a powerful tool most learners ignore. When you record yourself, you hear your own voice and notice mistakes. It's like becoming your own teacher. Record a 1-minute English talk daily, about your hobbies, favorite movie, or a short story. Then listen. You'll slowly catch your pronunciation issues, filler words, or hesitations. And that's how you improve. High voltage step 6, build your confidence. Speaking English is not only about vocabulary, it's also about confidence. You can know thousands of words, but if you're shy or afraid of being judged, you'll stay silent. So, start small. Speak one line at a time. Talk to friendly people. Make mistakes proudly, because every mistake you make brings you closer to fluency. Remember this quote: confidence is not knowing you'll never fail. It's knowing you can handle failure. Globe showing Europe Africa. Step 7. Surround yourself with English. Make English your daily environment. Change your phone settings to English. Follow English-speaking creators. Watch English news. Listen to English music. The more your brain stays in touch with the language, the more comfortable it becomes. Soon, English won't feel like a foreign language, it will feel like your own voice. Direct hit bonus tip: use chunk phrases. Instead of learning single words, learn ready-made phrases or chunks. For example, I totally agree with you. That sounds interesting. You know what I mean? These are natural expressions that native speakers use every day. When you memorize them, you don't have to think about grammar, they just come out automatically. Speech balloon example conversation. Let's do a small example. Imagine someone asks, "How was your weekend?" Instead of stopping to translate, you can say, "Oh, it was great. I went out with some friends and watched a movie." Or, "It was pretty relaxing. I just stayed home and listened to music." These short sentences sound natural and fluent, and they come from practicing daily expressions, not grammar rules. Progress takes time. Don't expect to speak fluently in 1 week. Learning to speak English confidently takes patience, effort, and consistency. But remember, every word you speak today is one step closer to fluency tomorrow. You already understand English. That means your brain knows the rhythm, vocabulary, and logic of the language. Now it's time to unlock your voice and let it flow. So here's your challenge for this week. Every day, talk in English for 5 minutes, even if it's just with yourself. Describe your day, your plans, or what you're feeling. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't stop. Just keep speaking. Because the only way to stop being silent in English is to start speaking. Before I go, let me remind you, fluency is not about perfection. It's about expression. You already have everything you need: understanding, vocabulary, and motivation. All you need now is courage. So, speak English today, not tomorrow. Because confidence grows when you use the language, not when you wait for it. Thank you so much for listening to Smart English Talks. I'm Jessica, and I hope today's episode helped you understand why you can understand English but still struggle to speak, and most importantly, how to fix it. Keep practicing, stay positive, and remember, your English voice deserves to be heard. See you in the next episode.